Hey, everybody, hey, welcome back. This is Melissa, your Encouraging Prepper, and we are back. Today, we are continuing the Prepathon. I'm here to encourage you. How are you guys doing? Hey, I have an article I want to share with you guys, as well as some of the questions that have been coming in. Have some interesting things to share. So come on back. Okay, so welcome back. All right, so if this is your first time joining us, I want to welcome you. Welcome to the channel. If you are returning, welcome back. I hope you guys have been doing great in your prepping. I'm going to jump right into the article. This article is from The Guardian, and this is about the ship that's been stuck for 3 weeks called the Ever Forward ship. It's stuck in the Chesapeake Bay after 3 weeks. A cargo ship has been stuck there for more than 3 weeks. After 2 unsuccessful attempts to free it, the officials are pivoting now to a new approach. The Ever Forward is a reminder of what happened with the Evergreen. I don't know if you guys, the Ever Given. That ship was actually blocking the Suez Canal for weeks, and we heard that story a few months ago. And that's in that story. They also said that the Ever Given, that ship blocked the Suez Canal to the point where it disrupted the supply chain. So to me, it's almost like a repeat. I'm like, am I hearing this again? That we have another ship blocking and not able to move forward. This particular ship, though, is the largest ship to ever get stuck in the bay, and the removal has proved to be lengthy and challenging. The ship is loaded with nearly 5,000 containers. Now, the link to this article is going to be in the description box below, and always know that if we bring you an article on our channel, we will provide our sources in the description box. Now, the shipping channels, they said, will remain open for one-way traffic during the operation, which is now past the 2 weeks that they originally thought it would take. For one woman, however, the blockage has become personal, really personal. A Bloomberg reporter recently told NBC Washington that nearly everything she owned was packed into the shipping container now trapped aboard the Ever Forward. So this woman has all of her contents, and the article goes on to say the entire contents of this woman's apartment, all of her furniture, lots of books, things of sentimental value are all in the container stuck on the Chesapeake Bay. Imagine that. So this is just the beginning of ship after ship, story after story of things getting stuck, unable to come to the people who need it. So this is why we say continue your prepping. Prep, prep, prep. Don't stop prepping, because things like this, we're going to just continue to hear more and more reports on that. Okay, so what I wanted to do is, we're in the middle of our Prepathon. And so in the middle of the Prepathon, we get questions on how to do, did I do it correctly? What should I do about this? What should I do? I'm glad that questions are coming. One reason I'm glad we have questions is because we know people are prepping. And I'm glad to know that you're prepping because of things that happen on the Chesapeake Bay. Okay. All right. So let me go over, let's say 6 or 7 questions today. Things that have come to me and I feel that may be helpful to you. The first question I receive, and these are questions from our subscribers or family and friends. All right. The question number 1, do I have to store the Mylar bag in a 5-gallon bucket? And the answer to that question is no. You can use any container or tote that keeps your contents in the bag free from rodents and keeps it from the elements. So you're free to, use any kind of heavy tote. You do not have to use the buckets. All right, question number 2. Should I use oxygen absorbers when storing salt? Answer is no. It is not necessary to use the oxygen absorber when you store your salt, sugar, or any mixed drink that is heavy in sugar content. Baking powder and baking soda would be also the same for this question. You do not need an oxygen absorber for those. All right, good questions. Question number 3. What about tea and coffee? Could you give more information on how to store tea and coffee? And can you do that in a Mylar bag? And the answer is yes, definitely. Store your coffee, your teas, remove from the box if you have tea. If it's loose leaf, that's even better. If it's in the little bags, just take it out of the huge box and store it in a Mylar bag. Or if you like to, you can also use the jars, the mason jars, and put your oxygen absorber in there based on the content, the size of your content. Okay? All right, so those are good questions. Question number, and also don't forget your coffee. That's a must. You must store the coffee in the jar. Store your coffee, preferably beans. Coffee bean, that will last even longer. Okay, question number 4. I heard you say white rice. What about brown rice? Can you store it in a Mylar bag with oxygen absorbers? And the answer is no. I would not recommend using brown rice for storing in the Mylar bags. The reason being is that the oil for the rice is more than 10%. So you don't want to have oil or moisture greater than 10% when you are storing in the Mylar bags. But I would say if you just really, really like brown rice, store it in a jar using that method, and only store it for a short period of time. This is not something you want to try to store long term. So overall, not for long term. All right. Question number 5. What do you recommend for families that are from 2 to 3 and the amount being not a lot to store? I think what they mean is how should a family of 2 to 3 store if they're not storing huge contents or huge quantities? I would say buy the Mylar bags that are different sizes and store according to your meal size. They have it in the gallon size. They have pint size type bags. So you can get bags in different sizes. So store according to whatever size fits your family. If you have the big 5-gallon Mylar bags, you can always cut those bags and be really creative. But I don't know if you're new to canning or new to Mylar bagging or new to prepping. I don't know if you want to try that, but that is an option. If you're a veteran and you really like trying creative things, you can cut that bag and just seal it, heat seal it on the ends and leave the one end open. So you can make a bag any size you want to make that bag, okay? So just get creative. Try it. All right. Question number 6. For the food saver, what's the best items to use for food saver? The best items answer to that would be store your meats in a food saver because you can put that in the freezer and cause that to last a lot longer. Vegetables can be stored in the food saver. Any dry items, you can use oxygen absorbers with that food saver bag and do the same as you would with a Mylar bag, and just make sure you seal it with your food saver. Also, you can use it for batteries, and we do that here. We put our batteries in the food saver bags and store the batteries to make sure that they have a long shelf life. Okay, hope that helps somebody. And question 7, which is the last question we'll do today, is can I food save seeds? And the answer is yes, absolutely. You want to food save your seeds. If you have a garden this year and you suspect that prices will continue to go up, go ahead and food save some seeds. Nothing wrong with that. Just make sure that everything you store is in a cool, dry place. Okay, you don't want to store things with a lot of sunlight. You want it to be in a cool, dry place. If you have a basement, perfect. Okay, otherwise, just make sure it's a cool, dry place. All right, I hope these things have been helpful. Hope you guys have gotten something out of the video. But before we go, if this video has been a blessing, go ahead and give us a like. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. We would love to have you as part of our YouTube family. Also, we have a contest for the Prepathon that's still going on. And I am encouraging you, continue to prep. Prep, 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 prep. Prep and pray, okay? You want to do that. Prep. Get used to it. Get comfortable with it. We make it a family event, and I just share this real quick. My son is involved. My husband's involved. Everybody preps. You have a job. Your job may be to write down what we're prepping, which is part of inventory, and that's a whole nother video. But stick with us, and we're going to get you there, okay? Take it step by step. Take it slow. Do not become overwhelmed with your prepping. Do not compare yourself with anybody while you're prepping. You're going to have to just take a blind eye to what's happening around you sometimes, because it can be a bit much when you're just starting and you see, well, Sue has got that and Johnny's talking about this and this channel is doing that. Don't worry about that. Just keep taking one step at a time. And before you know it, you'll look up and you'll be amazed at the prepping you and your family, the food preparations that you have in place. All right, so continue to send those questions in. Be sure to comment below if you have additional questions, even if it's regarding pressure canning. We will be doing that in our future videos, some more pressure canning. And remember, the contest is open till April 15th. We will announce a winner, and that's just spinning the wheel, finding out who is the winner of the Mini Sawyer water filter and the filtration tablets. It's a package deal that we're going to give away to one of our subscribers for being a part of the Prepathon. All right, continue to prep. Talk to you guys in the next one. And I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye.